Breaking news, the Denver Broncos have kind of made their wide receiver, Courtland Sutton, available. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you, do I think it would be a good fit for Atlanta? And if I think the Atlanta Falcons should try to pick him up. And in all honesty, yes, I do. I think this will be a great fit for not only Courtland Sutton, but the Atlanta Falcons. This gives you that additional receiver, the receiver that I always thought they needed, that bigger body receiver who can win at the point of attack. He's a guy that can go to the strength of the field. He can win one-on-one. He can win that slant for you. He can win whatever. You get him. You got Drake London as the X. He's your possession catch kind of guy. And then you got other guys, Darnell Mooney, Ronell Moore, screaming up the field making plays. And I think this will make not only a great fit for the Atlanta Falcons, but this will make the Atlanta Falcons have one of the deepest receiving rooms in the NFL, and probably arguably the most talented receiver room in the NFL. You're talking about guys in three phases that can make plays, can get open, can create separation, and with Kirk Cousins back there at the helm, he's going to find those guys, and I think this will be a phenomenal fit for not only Courtland Sutton, for the Atlanta Falcons. Now, a lot of people are going to say Courtland Sutton has been regressing. He's not that good. You're talking about a guy who still had 800 yards caught last year, and people would say he probably would have been a 1,000-yard receiver if they didn't bench their quarterback for the last few games. And so whatever you got to say about that situation before, I still think he can play at an elite clip, and people forget he's still only 28 years old. So still a younger guy, not the youngest, but he's still a younger guy. Still is very productive when you give him that quarterback in the right scheme. He also fits that West Coast style offense, and I think it's a really, really, really good fit, and you can bring him in, and you have two bigger guys on the outside, and then you have Rondell Moore or whoever screaming up the field in the middle, and I think that would be a phenomenal wide receiver room. Now, when it comes down to the logistics, I would say Courtland Sutton has a decent contract. It's not the most expensive, and it's not the cheapest. He still is due $13 million for the next 2 years, so that's something where you can maneuver with the salary cap. You can cut a few guys. You can change some things around, and you can sign Courtland Sutton. No, it's not going to be the cheapest, but I think it's a pretty fair deal. And people can argue, yes, you can go get that receiver out there in the draft. That's going to be cheaper, but you don't know how good he's going to be. There's still a learning curve. And with Courtland Sutton, you can hit the ground running, especially within the shortened window that the Atlanta Falcons have with Kirk Cousins. So I don't know if the best idea is to go get a cheaper receiver, but I know Courtland Sutton for a $13 million a year contract is pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent. Now, in regards to trading for him, the Denver Broncos have put a pretty high price tag on him. People are saying it's probably going to take a second-round pick to get him, which I think is pretty large for a receiver, to be completely honest. I think the Denver Broncos have set it very high because they truly don't want to get rid of him. And if a team is coming and knocking on their door for that second-round pick, then they'll say, yeah, we'll take it. But I don't think they're trying to get rid of him. They already got rid of Jerry Jeudy. They want a receiver on the team that's pretty competent, who's a pro, and then they want to bring in young guys to play along with him. So I don't think they'll end up trading him, and I don't think the Atlanta Falcons will give up a second for him, obviously. But if we start getting around that third to fourth range, I think that's something that the Atlanta Falcons may consider with that extra third-round pick that they have. It could be a move that we seek they can make before the draft. I don't know, though. We will see. Do I personally think this would be a good move for the Atlanta Falcons? 100%. Will it happen? Probably not, because the logistics, the trade value that the Denver Broncos want to get versus the trade value that the Atlanta Falcons are trying to give up. As we know, Terry Fontenot is all about getting value and deals. And to be honest, second round for Courtland Sutton is not that greatest of a value. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notification. Oh, and by the way, no, I don't think the Atlanta Falcons will get Courtland Sutton, but I think it'll be a good idea if they do. I think the Atlanta Falcons will probably be headed to the Super Bowl because they can invest all that capital in the defensive side. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always, peace.